Hey guys, welcome back to some more AFK Arena. In today's video, we are going to take a look at the new update. And before we go through like the list of the update and everything else, there's two main things. There's the heroes that you can borrow from your friends, and now there's also the hero reversion. So the first thing we're going to go through, because I think it's the thing that most people want to know, is the hero reversion. Now, I did make a post last night because I didn't have time to record a video, and I just said if anyone else has any information, let me know. So basically, the way we'll jump into the notes and just see the way it reads and why I got really excited for it, but then a little bit let down. But once I read through some comments, I understand what they were doing. Just probably got it across wrong with the way they worded it. So in here it says, added a new hero reversion feature that can be used at the rickety cart if the requirements are met. Now, the requirements are met is the key in this sentence. Reverting allows players to revert heroes to a lower ascension tier and recover ascension resources. So if you just read that without the requirements met, you just think if you have a hero, you can revert them, get the fodder back, and then you just get your copies back. Unfortunately, the requirements need to be met, that you need to have two of them. So when I actually read that, and I thought, so what I thought was I was going to be able to take my Pharrell here, revert him back, and get all that fodder, and then make my Chimera Mythic Plus. I was really excited for this. I thought that is a crazy feature. I didn't think that's something they'd put into the game. It just sounds like something like way too generous. It's like it takes all liability out of you making a decision on what you want to upgrade. When I did my Pharrell here, it's basically because I needed at the time another Legendary Plus to bring all my units higher. So then I was like, oh, that kind of makes sense, because a lot of people would hit this roadblock where, you know, you've got 4 Legendary Plus units, you want to raise the level cap in your Resonating Crystal. So why not, you know, make one of them Legendary Plus? Later on, you can revert it so that it didn't cost you too much. That's what I thought. But what the real reason behind what they did it is that, for instance, say here, what have I got? So I've got a Legendary Brutus. Say, for instance, I went and pulled 2 more Brutus and actually made that Brutus Legendary as well. Then I have 2 Legendary Brutus, but I can't feed them to each other, because if I want to ascend this Brutus, if we just go and find him, so if I wanted to ascend this Brutus, I need an Elite Plus Brutus. But if I've already made mine Legendary, then I'm screwed, like absolutely screwed. There's nothing I can do. It's like you're just basically stuck. So the feature is to safeguard people from making the mistake that makes this duplicate copies useless. That is what the intended, well, I believe was intended from it, from what I was reading from people. So now that I understand that, it makes sense. Just for next time, for little games, it'd be great if that gets represented in the patch notes, because it is the kind of thing that I think would have got a lot of people really hyped and excited, because I do feel like a lot of people would have been in my situation where they made a hero Legendary Plus just so they could upgrade their Resonating Crystal, and I feel like a lot of people would have got excited to do that reversion. For me, a lot of people are telling me Pharrell's great. I agree. I'm really hyped about having Pharrell, enough to get him to Legendary Plus, but for now I just want to make my Chimera Mythic. So that's what I think a lot of the disappointment in that was. But if you strip it back and forget about the misleadingness of the information and what you thought it was going to be, still a really nice feature for those people who did make a massive mistake and got absolutely stuck with what they did. So still a nice feature. Unfortunately, it's not what a bunch of people thought it was going to be, including myself. But hey, still a nice feature. Is what it is. So that is the big one that I feel like a lot of people will be asking about. So I just want to get that one covered first. The next thing, major thing in the patch notes is the Mercenaries. So over here, you've got Mercenaries. I've applied for a couple. You can see here, this bloke's asked to use my Chimera, so I can just agree. And then now my Chimera is loaned out, he can use that. As you can see here, I've asked people if I can use their Mercenaries. They have to accept it first. So if you've got inactive people on your friends list, it kind of sucks. So this is where actually increasing removing inactive friends, getting a bunch of active friends on your friends list is really going to help. They can only loan their mercenary out to one person though, so it might just be that these 3 people that I've asked have already loaned their mercenary out to other people. So the system, I really love the idea of this. It'll take probably another week or so of playing around with it and seeing how the system actually works to how good it is, and obviously they may make adjustments to it as you go. But the great thing about this feature is this is where it becomes really good to play with friends and stuff like that, because then you can just say, like, message them, say, hey, I need your hero, lend it to me, and then they go, all right, or they say, no, it's already lent out to this person. So communication's good for this feature. So if you've got friends playing the game, definitely team up with them. Hopefully they've got some good heroes for you to borrow. But yeah, that's where this feature's at. Really, really nice in that sometimes when you're on a campaign stage, for instance me, I'm stuck on this stage at the moment. Been playing around with it, haven't quite found the mix that I need. Why is he level 1? I have no idea. But yeah, been playing around, stuck. But the great thing about this is, with the mercenary feature, it allows me that opportunity to try different teams and not just say, well, I need to summon more units to try it. I can, like I said, I can try maybe this guy's Namora that's ascended 1-star. I can maybe try this guy who's at ascended, you know what I mean? Try different comps with different units at different ascension tiers and see if you can't make something work. So I really do like this feature for helping people clear stages that they're stuck at. And once you do get a mercenary lent to you, you can actually use it as many times as you want until you clear a stage. If we look over here, whereabouts is it? Players, no, I'm not going to browse through it and read it all to find it. But in there somewhere it says that, you know, you can use it once in campaign, once in the tower, and it only counts as a use once you clear a stage. So you're not like, you don't have to really assess your team and go, okay, this is going to be the best possible composition, please work. You can actually just play through it, test it, doesn't work, try again, try again, try again, try again, and hopefully find something that does work. So I do really like this feature for breaking through walls. The thing is, the only thing that carries over is the Ascension tier and the gear, I'm assuming, because there you go, the gear carries over as well. And the level is determined basically on your level of where all your heroes are at. Not sure exactly how it decides what the exact level is, but it's going to be around the level of your heroes. So that's something to consider. Could really help like newer players if you got some new friends starting up. You know, you've got an ascended Shamira, you lend that to any stage they're stuck on, and then they get a progress. So that it can help like that, but once again, you only get that hero for one stage clear. So make sure they're using it on genuine roadblocks. So great feature. Can't test it yet. I did request those mercenaries last night, so you know, I might have to work on who I'm requesting mercenaries from, but definitely want a good feature. Have to see how effective the sort of system of requesting and accepting is, but we'll wait and see how it goes. If we go back here over to the mail, we can look at the other changes. Where is it? It's like so long ago that we got the patch notes. You got the mercenary feature, added 40 new floors to the faction tower. Is really nice if you're at that stage. I'm nowhere near it, so it doesn't really affect me. Battle display setting, you can now hide health bars and battle text if you want it to look more clean. You can disable the press screen, so when I click here, you can see the flash that happens on the screen. Obviously, you can't see my mouse, but you can see the click. You can disable that if you want. I like it because it lets you guys know where I'm clicking. They changed the name of the Mythic Plus gear resource required to strengthen them, increases the chances of materials required to make the Mythic Plus gear. Basically, if you end game, nice changes, I'm assuming, that increase the chances of the material. The name change doesn't really affect you. Added new items that increase the harvesting of AFK rewards, which will replace the original hourglasses. The resources given by the new item are based upon an individual player's campaign progression and are not affected by VIP bonuses. Anything that's not affected by VIP bonuses is kind of nice to the, you know, lower spending free to play. So in the end, if you pay to play, you're still going to be further anyway, but really nice. Can't complain with that. And then there's just something about like the supporting when you're gambling and all that in the Legend of Champions battle. Not too stressed about that either. And then obviously remove the Feast of the Beast related items. I think you get diamonds back for them instead. Then some battle adjustments and stuff like that. But the other thing we do have in the game at the moment, which I hadn't mentioned yet, is we do have Rowan in the game yet. Now, I love this guy's animation for his ultimate. I missed it. Where is it? Go, lean back, lean back, lean back, lean back. Rowan, do your ultimate animation. Oh my god. This has to be a record for clicks without something doing the ultimate animation. There it is. Great animation. I really like that. I really am excited about this guy. Hopefully to pull him on my ult account. Does add that sort of healing option. So if we go in here and go test hero, you can see that stand that he puts up has 3 bottles on it. Now, I was testing to see how this works. You'll see once one of the allies does drop low enough, there's his ultimate. His ultimate is really nice. As you can see, it doesn't spread the whole screen. It's just sort of a focused AoE, which is normally going to only hit your allies so much unless a enemy is advancing forward or you have him on the front row or something like that. But you see that one of the allies used a potion and now there's only 2 on the cart. I let this play for a long time, and eventually more potions did come back, but until I actually use him and see, you know, in a real situation with people dropping low really fast, whether they come back sooner or what, or whether you only get those 3 uses for the first like 2 minutes. Not too sure how it works. It might have also been that when I was watching this, I went past the time of a normal battle, so it's sort of considered it starting a new battle. So it might be that you only get the 3. People have told me that the numbers on his skills, because they're also vague, are actually really good. So interested to see. Let me know if you have pulled this guy already and have been testing him, because I'm really curious to see how he goes. As you can see, he lost all the potions, went there, and then he refilled it and put more potions down. So not sure if that's intended, how it works. We'll have to wait and see. But Rowan's in the game, really nice. Hoping to pull him and test him out. Look at all that energy he does give back with the ultimate. Really, really nice. Plus he can steal energy from the enemies. Really nice and really excited to test Rowan. So that is it for this update, guys. Like I said, if you're still hanging around, thank you. And sorry if you were really excited about this revert feature and it didn't work out the way you hoped. In the end, it's still a really nice feature to help people that were stuck, because I can imagine those people who were in that situation of, say, having 2 legendary Brutus would have been absolutely devastated. At least this does give them a way to get back. Once again, just pretty poorly worded in the patch notes, and probably would have got a lot of extra hype, and then people would have got a lot of come down when they realized it wasn't what they thought. So all in all, a really, really good update. Just mixed messages in the wording of the patch notes. So thanks for watching, guys, and I'll look forward to seeing you in the next one. Cheers.